Hello beautiful souls, this is Frida Kumar, also known as Twinflameunion, bringing you guys in this week's pep talk and empowerment, listening to twin flame advice from others. I'm going to cover all different variations of what this is. Some are good, some are bad, some that you can actually pay attention to, and others you do not have to. This is a topic that I am actually very closely looking into at this moment, and I'm going to actually share some stories that came along with it, just to kind of give you an idea if this is something that's happening to you, because I feel that time to time when you are in a twin flame journey and connection, you're dealing with a twin flame, you're going to hear all sorts of advices from people, and whether that is supposed to be in alignment with what your soul plan is or not, that is this topic that I'm going to go over. And like I said, I'm actually writing an article on this, so I felt that I should actually do a video on it as well, because not everybody is going to be reading my article. Some of you are just my YouTube viewers, so here it is. We're going to dive deep into this topic. What type of advices are good and what are bad? So listening to twin flame advice from others is the topic. We're going to dive deep into it, but before we actually do, let's hit it. And welcome back. For those that are new to this channel, welcome. Please do not forget to hit like, share and subscribe. When you hit the like button, what it does is it actually allows this video to circulate around to others, and I feel that it's one of those videos that will help many. And it doesn't matter whether you're stumbling on this video and you're not in a twin flame journey. It's such a generic topic that you can apply it in your journey, or if you were wanting to gain some extra insights on it. It doesn't matter whether you're dealing with a twin flame connection or somebody specific. This is a good video for many. So I do appreciate for those that do hit the like button. I also want to add that if you want to book any sessions with me, you can do so as well. Link is in the description box, and that will lead you into my website. You can purchase and book directly from there. So you may want to do that and just check out my website, my articles. Like I said earlier before the intro, that I'm actually writing on this topic, so I'm going to be this is my next article that's coming up, but I decided to also do a video for some of you that actually want to just listen to the video or watch it, whichever way that you guys do. So listening to advice from others regarding your twin flame connection. There's just so many ways that this kind of comes up time after time, especially if you are dealing with a twin flame. So I'm just gonna go over some of the notes that I made here for the video. the reason why this triggered me into the topic is that just not so long ago, I went to a medium, and what I'm doing at the moment is trying to get my mediumship, and I'm just trying to go through some schooling. So in that a class, I'm just starting to not take the program just so that I can learn a little bit about it, and as well as I'm trying to open up my shamanic healing modalities, and because mediumship will help my ability to channel spirits from other sides. It's something that I decided to just kind of learn a little bit more, to just kind of gain a little bit more in channeling ways, how to protect myself, that sort of thing. It's a very intense course for those that have that ability to be able to communicate with spirits from the other side. You know that you need to protect yourself in many ways. So it's a course that, or it's a program that was aligned with what I'm going through right now. So I wanted to make sure that I'm not only protected well, but also I'm learning it the right way. And she's the person that I'm going to. She's a very good teacher, so she gave me lots to do. So I'm gonna be doing that. But what triggered me to go into this topic was, after that there was just a brief reading that I wanted her to do, just because I was kind of as a psychic, as a person that's an empath. I'm pretty sure some of you have these gifts. You channel certain things and you want that confirmed. So basically I wanted her to confirm some of the things that I was channeling regarding my twin flame connection and all that sort of thing, and all the things that normally people come to me for advice as well for. So, and I'm, like I said, I'm not any different from you guys. If I'm feeling something, then I will go and just get a confirmation. And that was a little lesson for me anyways on that, because and I'm gonna go over that story after, what the lesson was. So because I was feeling some of these things that was coming to me, I wanted it confirmed. And what ended up happening was she did a little bit of a psychic reading, and I haven't done psychic readings with people. I've done mediumship reading, or I would just do with this person I didn't, let's just say, because there's a couple that I have gone to that have done quite well at the psychic reading. So I just wanted to see, because in this program she's also teaching me how to become a psychic as well, enhance my skills that I already have on some of the things that she's teaching me. So I just wanted to see what her skills were on that note. So yeah, it's just the things that she mentioned regarding my journey, my twin flame. It didn't in the reading, not during the schooling. The schooling was fine because she was prepared as a teacher. So she was teaching me lots of things, but when she switched into being a reader, she didn't read, I felt, properly. And that's something that I'm now learning as well, that if you are, and that's just for any of you guys, if you are going into a particular school, like a spiritual school of some sort, do not allow the teacher to become the reader after, or you will not learn that lesson anyways, because they can't switch that gear right away, if that makes sense, right? So, and I've noticed that with other teachers as well, just because I've done shamanic teaching, shamanic course, I've done Reiki course, and I've noticed that when they are in the teacher mode, they are just in the teacher mode, and then when they switch into being a reader, they don't align as quickly or as seamlessly, and sometimes the readings can be wrong. So it's something that has happened to me, and I've noticed it, and I've thought about it a little bit more, why that happened. And I'm not doubting her psychic abilities. I've gone to her for my mediumship reading a lot of times, and I've done 3 readings from her, and I don't feel that she's inaccurate. I feel that she is. This is why I kept going to her. So this was kind of a disappointment for me, that my reading didn't align with with what she was saying to me. And I'm not going to go into details of what it is, but let's just say that when I after my class, I was feeling good, and then after the reading, I wasn't feeling that good. So she really, you could say, pissed me off. So and I was not too happy leaving, the aspect of the reading, whatever she had channeled. And I'm always saying this, and this includes anybody that you go to. I'm no different if I am your particular reader for that day. If you have booked a session with me, readers always read energy, and they read from their own consciousness as well. So if they have their own wounding on certain things, they will reflect that in your reading as well. Because yes, they are channeling their guides. Yes, they are doing all those kind of things. They're giving you advice, but sometimes the advice that comes is not necessarily what they actually are getting from their team, their guides, right? And I instantly felt it as she was giving me some of the advice, because I was like, okay, no, this is not the same person you're talking about, or this is not the same situation you're talking about. So it just, and it's just kind of weird that how that works. So as soon as I left her place, there is a particular sign that I'm associating with these days, and this is part of my my teaching to you guys in this video, which I will go into in depth a little bit later. But I just want to say that if you have a particular sign or something like that, after a reading or after any kind of encounter that you face with this sort of situation, and a sign comes, which is a positive sign in terms of your twin flame or your connection or your journey, that means that it is in alignment to you, because your signs will be very, very specific to you. I just want to say that would be contradicting what you have learned from that particular reader, or that particular psychic, that kind of thing. If it's in alignment with what the reader has said, or in a session something's come up and you then later on start to see those signs as part of that, it's a very, very strong indication that you're on the right path. And I get that all the time from my own clients when they tell me that this is a sync to them after their healing session. They will see something like that, as a confirmation. And as a healer and facilitator, as a reader, when I see the signs that is associated with them as well, their sign or something like that, it is a confirmation even for me that, okay, I am in the right path as a healer, as a teacher, as a facilitator. So it goes both ways, because as you know, that energy is fluid. You are in connection with people, especially if people have come and they've purchased a session with me. They're connected to my energy. I'm connected to their energy. Then we're in the same alignment. Last month, I remember somebody had booked a power session, power animal retrieval session with me. That's a shamanic session, and in the session I was retrieving her power animal, and her power animal was just such a specific power animal. And sure enough, sometimes as a healer, you sometimes doubt, whether this is it's the ego or part, right? That, okay, did I give them the right advice or the right type of healing, or was this correct? So for me to get that confirmation even for myself, because after the session, when I had retrieved the power animal, shortly after I had seen that particular being in a sign, it was a very, very crazy confirmation for me and for her, and I actually shared it with her after. So I just want to say that those kind of things will definitely be in alignment with you. So when I left that particular session with this after I did got the reading and got my schooling done, I left, and in the parking lot I saw a purple car, And these days, it's something that I've started to associate with my journey is the purple car or purple vehicle, because every time I see that, it's very hard to see it these days on the road. So when I do get to see it, it's sort of like a confirmation for me that it's a yes, or it's a yes, I'm on the right path, or something like that. Anything that is a purple vehicle, I associated with that. And my guides are very, very funny that way. I don't know if I have mentioned it in any other videos, but how I associate with this is I asked a question, and then I asked, a purple pickup truck to be a sign for me. And of course, I haven't seen it in that form yet. And I also like to just kind of test the law of attraction to just make sure that I'm in the right track with all my manifestations, that kind of thing. So I asked for a purple pickup truck, and I've seen it in every other shape and form. I've seen purple lorries, I've seen purple cars, and Jeeps, that kind of stuff. I've seen all that. I haven't seen a purple pickup truck, so I've still yet to see that. We'll see if it's gonna come or not, but I remember one time, and this is why I always say with people, if you need to ask a particular sign, make sure that you are very, very specific, because it's going to come to you that way. I remember when I was asking this particular sign, I said, oh, I need to see a purple truck. So, so sure enough, 20-30 minutes later, I saw a purple, delivery truck, like the ones that you see UPS vehicle. A lot of you are familiar with how that kind of particular truck looks like. It's a semi truck, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So if you see, so what ended up happening was I saw that as how did I say it? That I want to say purple. No, I want to see a yellow truck, and then I said no. I want to see a purple truck. Why am I saying yellow? So 20-30 minutes later, sure enough, I did see a semi truck like that. It was a yellow truck with purple writing on it. No joke. And I thought that my guides were making fun of me here, that, be careful what you ask for, because we will give it to you as a sign. I was laughing because it was just very, very random. How is that even possible, that you make a mistake of saying it yellow truck and then you correct it and say, no, I want a purple truck. And so they gave me both. Right, so that's sort of thing that I'm saying. If you want to be very specific, you're supposed to be, you make sure that you don't make that mistake of, being very vague in your signs. So when I saw the purple, it was a Tesla, I believe. So when I saw that, it was bright purple too, because they also know what kind of shade that, because purple comes in different shades. So they know in my mind what shade that I'm supposed to, see as a confirmation. And when I was leaving her place, I was saying to myself, there's no way that the reading was accurate in any way. I'm just gonna follow my own intuition, my own guidance on what I'm sensing and all that sort of thing. I'm not gonna pay attention to her reading. And for me to see a purple Tesla like that and that kind of shade, it was a good confirmation with me that what, I'm not gonna doubt my own insights that I get, my own guidance, that kind of stuff when it comes to any of these things, right? So it was a learning lesson for me as well, because now I am not going to just if I'm feeling that they will not be able to get any insights on my journey, I'm not gonna just go to any random person to just read me, and I always teach that anyways with you guys, that you be careful who you pick as your reader. So that was a story behind that, and when I came home, I thought about it. I was so triggered up, because I thought to myself that how is it that even in my level, if I'm getting these kind of insights on advices or whatever it is, then I'm pretty sure that as watchers or people that are in the beginning stages of your journey, you probably are getting the same situation. And I get that all the time, believe it or not, where people are emailing me because they went to this psychic person or this reader and they got really bad reading. And then they are thinking, what the heck did I just get into? And then they come to me because they need more guidance and stuff like that. They stumble upon my work, because their guides have sent them to me, that sort of thing. So I want to say that that happens all the time and it's not unusual. So if it's your story or if you've had similar experience, learn it as an experience for you, that you choose your, your reader wisely when it comes to your journey, because not everybody is going to be able to read it authentically, especially if they have their wounding on those levels as well. Because as a reader, you're supposed to leave all that stuff behind, whatever your own issues are, and you're supposed to read it correctly, right? So, and a lot of times what ends up happening is that that's not the case, right? You hear wrong things and then you wonder, okay, is this even true, or should I just follow my own instincts on this? So, so that was just the story behind why this triggered me to write my article as well as do a YouTube video on it. I feel that a lot of you will, you needed to hear it from somebody like me, that this does happen and you're not the only one that goes through it. So in my notes here, I have some ideas on what type of advice that you may get when it comes to your twin flame journey, your twin flame connection. A lot of people, of course, if you're dealing with a twin flame, you already know that your relationship with them is not the most amazing. Maybe they've ghosted you, they have not, they haven't talked to you in years, and because you feel them so strongly every day in your energetic field, it doesn't feel like that you two are in any sort of separation mode. And your signs and things are always bombarding you, constantly, to just kind of remind you that you are connected with them in that way or this way. What I'm trying to say is that if these are some of the things that are happening to you, then of course, this journey gets very, very confusing, because you see all these things and all that is happening, and then you see your twin flames behavior, or you see how they are in their, in the connection. Even if you two are together, you are having conflicts in the relationship, that sort of thing, then you really, really wonder, why is all these things being even shown to me, right? So you then look for, even if you, sometimes what I find is that even if you are not looking for, advice regarding your connection, people still give it. And this is, the reason why that I did this video, because I feel that time after time people will actually tell you these kind of things and that doesn't align with you. And one of them is your friends and family. It doesn't matter which friend. They could very well be giving you advice, thinking that they are giving it to you in for your own betterment and for your own for you to just kind of move on, or for you to just not get into that trap of dealing with somebody that doesn't have that kind of that somebody that in this connection is not giving you the kind of reward, I should say, right? So if you get those kind of insights from your friends and family that this person that you're dealing with is not not meant for you, or they are not good for you, if they are saying that I don't see a future between you and this person, that kind of stuff, I want to say that that's very, very common for a lot of these people to say that. And the reason why a lot of people will say stuff like that, and I've seen actually a few law of attraction and gurus also teach it this way, so I know that this is in alignment with what my teaching is. A lot of them will give you those kind of advice because they are looking at things from the lenses of their own wounding, meaning that they didn't get these kind of rewarding relationships in their life. It doesn't matter if they are with somebody, but if they're giving this kind of advisors, they probably have the same issues that they're dealing with in their connection, or they don't have they're giving you advice from their own experiences, so they haven't evolved in the consciousness for them to give you the accurate insight or guidance, advice when it comes to your twin flame and your connection with them. Look at this sync and you'll know what I mean, because you'll find that the people that are giving you this kind of advice are no better in their own situation, whatever life has presented them themselves. And this is why it's so important to also select decent readers that will be able to give you decent readings, because again, it's whatever consciousness they have evolved, how much healing have they done in their journey. Because whether you are selecting a twin flame reader or a psychic, whether you're just randomly picking some psychic or reader, they all are in a spiritual journey in some sort of way. So it all depends on how much they have done healing on their own issues, whatever it is that life has presented them. So I just wanted to say that, because I find that time after time you will find many people will tell you stuff like this. And the simplest thing that you can say to people is, yes, I am in a twin flame connection and it doesn't make sense to anybody else, but that's okay, it makes sense to me. And when you say it like that, I find that people just shut up. They don't say anything after that, because there's nothing else for them to to say. I've done that many times, where if people are asking me anything about my twin flame, I just say, well, it's a complicated situation, but it makes the most sense to me. So just that 2 sentences really shuts them off. They don't ask more, because they know that, okay, she's content with how the situation is between her and this particular person. So that's what it is, right? And again, I've worked a lot. I've done a lot of healing to get to this level where I can say it like this and not flinch, right? So, and I say it with a lot of confidence, because I'm very confident. This is how I feel about the situation. I think that all my life, whatever I have dealt with in other connections and stuff like that, my twin flame connection makes the most sense to me in today's times. It's the most sensible situation that I have been in, if this makes sense. So yeah, and then that's just that inner work that I have done, and I have understood this situation inside out. I've understood my twin flame inside out, for me to now in today's time be able to very confidently say that. So yeah, and I kind of touched this anyways. My next point was the psychic readers. Like I said, psychic readers and energy readers, they all read energy, and they also read it out of their own consciousness. So it really depends on how much work and spiritually evolved they are to be able to give you an accurate reading when it comes to your twin flame and yourself, or anybody else that's in there. So make sure that you are very aware not to just go to any random person that will be able to not give you those kind of results. And in this case, because I had done medium reading with her, I feel that her psychic reading is horrible. So, but her mediumship reading is good, because again, she's connecting with the people that I'm connected to, so she's able to then channel proper information, that's specific to me and my life. So this is her guidance team that's telling me general stuff. So I don't know how much she's tuned into with her guides. So I think that her medium reading is accurate as opposed to her psychic reading. So yeah, be very aware of who you are booking with in that sense, because not everybody is going to be able to read the situation properly. I cannot tell you how many times twin flames will come for a twin flame reading with me, and they are all triggered up and they're all mad, absolutely disgusted with their twin flames behavior and all these kind of things, and they're not happy. And then during the session, usually it's an hour session, so some of you that have booked with me, you know how you feel after my sessions, and after that 1 hour reading with me, I can almost guarantee that when the reading is done, they feel a lot much better, because I look at it, or I will tell them things in a different through the different lenses, and it resonates to them because they've never looked at things that way, if that makes sense, their own situation. But the way that I deliver it, or the way that I say it, the way that I make them see the other side of the coin, because there's two sides to the coin, they actually see it in a different light. So it definitely helps them to see it from another perspective, because sometimes their own perspective is based out of their own ego, and ego is nothing but fear, doubts, jealousy, not trusting your own guidance, that kind of stuff, or not trusting your team, you're not trusting what is being shown to you, trusting the connection, all those kind of things. You're not even trusting the spiritual journey that it comes with. So when people come in that kind of energy, totally, I can tell you that after the end of that 1 hour with me, they see things in a different light. And that's another sign that I will say you need to understand is after a reading, when you finish the reading with somebody and you feel amazing after the reading, you know that it is in alignment with you. And if you do not feel amazing, or if you didn't feel the clarification, if you're not feeling on a better vibration, then you know that whatever reading this was bogus. It didn't serve whatever you needed to know, that kind of stuff. So, and again, a lot of times, and I can tell you this, how many times that my readings, when people have done a reading with me, and they will email me back and they will say, well, this card, did it mean that? No, it didn't, because it's not what I had said. I give you recorded reading so you can listen to it. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of times the fear will creep in again, or their doubts, all those things that are in the lower vibration will all creep up again. And that's why I give people recorded reading, so that you can go back and lift that vibration back up, right? If you are not trusting your guidance and all those kind of things, then yes, this can also happen. So I just want to say that if you, especially if you've gotten a reading from me, because there's so many of you that are still my viewers, I just want to say that go back to your reading and really understand what the reading was about, versus allowing your fear to kind of come in the way, right? So yeah, you want to make sure that if you are getting these kind of insights, you're not allowing your own fear of and doubts to just kind of manipulate the reading to the way that you are perceiving it to be, because you if you are used to psychics and readers giving you just negative reading, and all of a sudden you get a positive reading, then that's sometimes it throws doubts in a person's mind as well. So yeah, be wise on who you choose to read you. We already covered on your own fears, your own feelings of being guilty or jealousy. These are all very lower 3D, paradigm or consciousness. And a lot of times that's because, like I said, that your actual reality may look very different from how it should be in your mind. You may have lots of conflicts with your twin flame. Maybe your twin flame has ghosted you and has not returned, or they haven't reached out to you, they have blocked you, that kind of thing. If this is something that is an ongoing situation with your twin flame, then time to time your fear will definitely creep up and you will doubt the connection, you will doubt all these kind of things. But the best thing is to ignore those kind of situation and try to go into the higher vibration where you are not in that kind of situation. Ask your guidance team to help you, to guide you. If you are feeling in that kind of zone, try to find things that will motivate you. In my sessions, for those that are my regular clients, you know that I give you lots of homework assignments to lift your vibration so that you are not in that mode. So I give you lots of tools to work with. Sometimes I'll do that even when people are booking readings with me. If I have the time and I finish the reading in a timely manner, then I'll give extra things for people to do. So yes, you want to seek guidance and try to find people that resources, people, that kind of stuff that will uplift your vibration, because you don't want to downplay it, you want to upplay it all the time. And it's really, really important that you get into that mode. And it's sometimes hard because, especially if you've got triggered about some situation with your twin flame, or in the journey, and you are crying, or you're in despair, that sort of thing. It's hard to get out of that mode, but try to nevertheless find things that will motivate you. And again, I'm saying it in a very generic way. You have to find what those things are. Usually guided meditations will help you, solfeggio music will help you, affirmations will help you, inspirational books will help you, inspirational teachers will help you, my videos should help you. Right? Good twin flame teachers will help you in that sense. My articles will definitely help you, because I'm always trying to get people to get uplifted when they are dealing with my teachings, or anything that has to do with lifting your consciousness up, because that's what my whole mission is, to make sure that you guys are able to do that. So follow some of these things, ask for help from your team. Your team will definitely help you. It's sometimes you will not find that you're getting the insights as as black and white. That's okay. Just look at the signs and things, which is my next indication on whether you are on a right path or not. I kind of wrote it, believe it or not, beginning of the video, I just kind of wrote it like this, and I didn't realize that I'm going to actually talk like that in this sequence, the way that it's coming. So it's crazy how that happens. So signs and things is the next one that I'm going to talk about. I don't know anybody that is on a spiritual journey that do not see signs and things. Especially if you are awakened, you will see the signs and things like insanely. So there's so many signs and things that I'm pretty sure you see all the time, but 1111 is one of the signs that I associate with my twin flame, just because it's presented to me all frequently when it comes to my own connection. And a couple of days ago, I saw this big semi truck that had 1111 on one side, 1111 on the other side, and it said Universal. So I said to myself, okay, I know that this is a strong sign from my guides, that are constantly with me, that I need to really, really trust what is being shown to me repeatedly, or follow my intuitions, follow my gut instincts, follow my guidance, and all those kind of things. Because like I said, the fear will creep in to the best of all of us. Doesn't matter how much you are consciously evolved, it's gonna be there. And I think that it serves a purpose, because it's constantly keeping you in check and in alignment. And I think the universe also tests us in many ways to make sure that we are very, very clear on what we want, because if you are unsure and if you're not precise with what your intentions are, what you are clear about, they will, your life will be unclear as well. So you have to have that clear understanding of what you actually want. So yeah, your signs and things will play a huge tool in your soul's journey. Your signs will be very specific to you. As teachers, I know that I've talked about lots of signs time after time. It's insane how much signs I get, and through my idea or knowledge of signs, I've created an entire playlist on signs and syncs because I think that it's so important. Some will say that the signs and things are just misleading. They just mislead you into not wanting you to work on yourself. I don't feel that way. I feel that it's a tool that has been given to us by our guidance team, our universe, our higher self, to work in conjunction with your healing and to lift your consciousness up and to advance yourself on a soul level. So that's the way that I look at signs and things. It's very important to me as a teacher to explain it to you guys, that they are not there for no reason. They're there to serve a mission, and they do it quite well. My advice to you, especially if you are new to this journey and you don't understand your signs and things as much, have a journal, and whenever you get a sign that you feel is your answers to something that you have in your mind, jot it down, whatever you perceive that sign to be, and then come back to it 6 months later or 3 months later or even a week later and see if that's actually what you still feel it is. It's a good way of testing your own psychic intuitions, because we all have that. Of course, depends on a person's gift, how evolved you are in that psychic connection to be able to decipher the messages. But I think that the journal exercise will definitely help you to understand the messages that are coming. That way you're not running to psychic readers and all that sort of thing frequently to get validation and confirmation. So, I mean, not that, people like, those people that do this for a living, not that they mind you, because of course they're making money off you. I'm just saying that this is something that you can also exercise and make sure that you're recording it somewhere, especially if you're trying to, intuition is like that. It's almost like a muscle. The more you work at it, the more stronger it gets. So the signs and things are your specific messages that the universe, your guides are giving to you, and make sure you understand what they are. And if you don't, that's fine. Write it. This is what you saw, and then come back to it when you get some sort of insights. When you're on the go and you don't have time to go back to your journal and write it, then just message yourself. Apps like Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, those ones, they will allow you to it allows you to message yourself. So yeah, you can maybe even Instagram, like, these are all some of the apps. Even these days, everybody has some sort of phone that is in that advanced level. They have a note section, a notepad in the phone. It's an app, so you can even download that. It's in the Play Store. It's free. You can write notes in there, type it up, and just save it so you can come back to it later. It's such a handy tool to have, and I find that will really help you guys to build your psychic muscles, your psychic intuitions, and that sort of thing. My last part that I was going to talk about, I've kind of touched it already anyways, but I'm going to mention it anyways because I made the list here. That was, again, this is the second last one. It's the twin flame teachers. Now, your team will lead you to the right people at the right time. I get this all the time where people are so lost in their situation, in their journey, that they stumble on my work. yes, at these days it's getting easier for people to find me. I've been, you know, publicly out there for about 4 years, so it's easy for people to come across me these days as opposed to 4 years ago. You know, the algorithm has done well for me where people can find me. But yes, you want to always find people that are in your soul's alignment. You'll find that teachers will come and go, coaches will come and go, but and that's just the way that the consciousness work. You know, as you evolve in your consciousness, you'll find that you know, all that sort of people will come and go, and it'll serve a certain purpose to your consciousness, where it's lifting you to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. So that is good if that is happening. Some of you, of course, have been with me for a very long time, so, and that's I'm glad that, and I'm thankful that you guys stuck along. I am in the same journey as you, so I try to evolve as much as I can. I wasn't like this 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and definitely not 7 years ago when I didn't have my twin flame awakening. So, you know, my way of thinking is constantly evolving as my consciousness is changing. So hopefully I am in the right alignment with what I'm doing. You have to tell me if this is going to resonate. This video hopefully is making some sense to you guys. And yeah, so, you know, don't feel that, you know, you are alone in your journey, because you'll always have people that will support you. You'll find them automatically, and it will be in alignment with you. That's just the way that your higher self is helping you assist in the journey. Lastly, guidance from your support team. So it's, like I said, this was not done or written in any order, but it just kind of came along like this as I'm filming this video. You have to, your guidance support team are very specific to you, and they're there no matter what. So make sure that you are in constant communication with them. Ask them for help. There could be the angelic beings. Some of you know who your ascended masters are, that are guiding your twin flame connection or journey or union process. And if you don't know who they are, book with me. I will tell you who they are. So yeah, you want to get those guidance, your support from them. And you will find that your guidance team will come and go. Some will stay. And that's okay. As you evolve, the next one will come to take you to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. So, and sometimes, yes, your guides will stay with you for life. So it depends. As you evolve, your guides will also evolve with you. So I feel that, and I know that. And I'm, like I said, I'm learning mediumship now. And there's so many things that I'm learning that I didn't know before. I even, like I said earlier in the video, that I also learned shamanism, and there's new aspects of shamanism that I'm learning. So it's just it's all in alignment, and you definitely will find that on a spiritual level you will keep evolving, and as long as you're evolving, you are on the right track. So this was my video on listening to advice from others regarding your twin flame. So hopefully this made sense to you. Write your comments in the comment section. I do like to hear if this made sense to you. Write any stories so that others can also take from this video and know what to look for. I always like to read all the comments that come, so even if I don't reply, I do read them all. So with that, this was Twin Flame Union. Hope that this video clarified a lot of things that you guys needed to know at this moment. Stay blessed.